Welcome to my channel, Old Coins History 333. In this video, I tell you about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks. Top 1. When it comes to coins with history and value, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar is a perfect example of how something as simple as pocket change can hold significant worth over time. If you've ever found yourself with a collection of old quarters, you might be sitting on more than just loose change. The Washington quarter has become an iconic piece of U.S. currency, and the 1973 edition, in particular, is one that collectors have their eyes on. Let's rewind a bit to understand the context behind this coin. The Washington quarter dollar was first issued in 1932, designed by artist John Flanagan, to honor the first president of the United States, George Washington. Over the decades, the design has remained largely the same, with Washington's portrait featured on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. However, the coin has been produced in different years, and some specific years like 1973 are worth more than others. What makes the 1973 quarter stand out? For starters, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar was minted during a period of transition for U.S. currency. In the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint was still using traditional minting techniques, and the country had not yet moved to the modern methods of coin production we use today. Back then, the quarter was made of a combination of 90% silver and 10% copper, which is part of what makes this particular coin valuable. Silver coins tend to hold their value much more than their copper-nickel counterparts, and as time goes by, silver prices often drive up the value of older coins, including the 1973 Washington quarter. But here's the kicker. While many people might think that the 1973 Washington quarter dollar is just another regular coin, certain factors can turn it into a goldmine for collectors. What factors are those? Well, the condition of the coin plays a major role. If you happen to find a 1973 quarter in mint condition, meaning it hasn't been circulated and still holds its original luster, you may be in luck. The more pristine the condition of the coin, the higher its potential value. Coins that are well preserved are far more desirable to collectors because they offer a glimpse into history without the wear and tear that comes from being passed around in transactions. If the coin has been in circulation for decades and shows signs of wear, it may only fetch a small amount, likely no more than a few dollars. However, coins in mint or uncirculated condition can be worth a significant amount more. Another important aspect is the rarity. For most years of the Washington quarter, millions were minted, and many of these coins are still in circulation today. However, in some cases, certain batches were produced with errors or limited quantities, making those particular coins more valuable. Although there's nothing extraordinarily rare about the 1973 Washington quarter, its relative age and the scarcity of uncirculated coins make it an intriguing piece for collectors. Collectors are also looking for particular versions of coins. Proof coins, for example, are specially struck coins that are typically made for collectors rather than general circulation. These coins have a special, shiny finish that distinguishes them from the regular quarters you'll find in your pocket. Proof versions of the 1973 Washington quarter are particularly valuable, especially if they've been stored properly and kept in pristine condition. Furthermore, you'll also want to consider whether or not the coin has been graded by a professional grading service. Coins that are graded by reputable organizations such as the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, will fetch a much higher price than coins that are not graded. These grading companies assign a score to each coin based on its condition, and coins with higher grades, like MS 65 or higher, are much more valuable to collectors. Now, let's get down to brass tacks. What exactly is the value of the 1973 Washington quarter dollar? Well, if you have a regular, circulated 1973 quarter, you'll likely only get face value, 25 cents. But if you've got an uncirculated coin or one in excellent condition, the value can jump significantly. Depending on the exact quality, the value of the 1973 quarter can rise to as much as $74,600 if the coin is in top condition and comes with proper documentation or grading. That's right. A 1973 Washington quarter dollar could be worth a whopping $74,600 if it's in pristine, uncirculated condition, or if it's one of the rarer versions, such as a proof coin. Of course, you won't find every 1973 quarter worth this amount. Only those in the best condition or with unique qualities like errors or minting discrepancies are likely to fetch such a high-priced peso. If you have a 1973 Washington quarter dollar in your possession, it might just be time to take a closer look. Whether it's in a collection or something you've kept in a jar for years, there's a chance that you could have a coin that holds significant value. If you're unsure about the condition of your coin or want to know how much it could potentially be worth, consider having it professionally graded. This is an important step in determining its true value. In conclusion, the 1973 Washington quarter dollar may seem like just another coin at first glance, but it holds much more potential for those who understand the importance of condition, rarity, and the historical context behind it. If you've got one in excellent shape, it could be worth $74,600. So next time you check your change or dig through your coin collection, keep an eye out for this classic and potentially valuable quarter. You never know what hidden treasures might be right in front of you. Top 2. If you're a collector of rare coins or simply someone who enjoys exploring the value of everyday items, then you're in for a treat today. Have you ever thought that a Washington quarter dollar from 1974 could be worth something beyond its face value? Well, get ready to be surprised because this coin has more to offer than you might expect. The Washington quarter dollar is an iconic piece of U.S. currency that has been in circulation for decades. Introduced in 1932 to celebrate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, the coin has featured Washington's likeness on the obverse side and an eagle on the reverse, with the design largely unchanged over the years. But there's something particularly special about the 1974 edition of the Washington quarter dollar that sets it apart from many others. To start, let's talk about the historical context of the 1974 quarter. The early 1970s was a time of significant change in the U.S. economy. In 1971, the U.S. abandoned the gold standard, which meant that the value of the dollar was no longer tied to gold reserves. This era also saw inflation and other economic challenges, which led to changes in the composition of U.S. coins. The 1974 Washington quarter, like other coins produced at this time, was primarily made of copper nickel instead of silver, which had been the standard for U.S. coinage before 1965. Although the 1974 quarter is not made of silver, it's still considered valuable, especially in uncirculated or mint condition. This is where things get interesting. Most people don't think much about the coins in their pockets, but certain years and conditions can make a world of difference in value. For example, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar is a coin that can fetch impressive prices at auctions and among collectors if it has been well maintained and is in excellent condition. The key factors that influence the value of this coin are its rarity, condition, and demand among collectors. While many 1974 quarters were minted and circulated, the ones that survived in mint or near-mint condition are relatively rare today. Coins that are well preserved without any signs of wear or tarnish are far more desirable. The key here is finding a quarter that has remained untouched by time, preserving its original luster and detail. Some collectors are particularly interested in coins with errors or unique characteristics. The 1974 Washington quarter, though generally not known for any significant production errors, still attracts attention due to its age and the historical context in which it was made. Over the years, coins that have unique flaws or slight misprints can become incredibly valuable, as they add an element of rarity to the collection. If you happen to have a 1974 quarter in pristine condition, you may want to get it professionally graded by a reputable grading service such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC. A graded coin will be assigned a numerical value based on its condition, and coins with higher grades, such as MS 65 or higher, are often much more valuable to collectors. For collectors of U.S. coins, a 1974 Washington quarter that has been graded as uncirculated or near mint can be quite a find. The demand for coins from this era is consistently strong, as collectors often look for coins that reflect specific periods of American history. The 1974 Washington quarter dollar, with its classic design and historical significance, makes for a great addition to any collection. But here's the exciting part. If you happen to find a 1974 Washington quarter that is in excellent, uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a significant sum. A coin like this could be worth as much as $70,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $70,000 for a single coin. While this value is reserved for coins that are in exceptional condition, It highlights just how much the right circumstances can elevate the value of an otherwise unassuming piece of currency. Now, you might be wondering, how can I determine if my 1974 quarter is worth that much? Well, it comes down to a few simple steps. First, take a close look at your coin. If it still shines brightly and shows no signs of wear, it's a good sign that it might be worth more than just a quarter. If the details are crisp and there's no noticeable scratching or tarnishing, you might be looking at a coin that has been carefully preserved over the years. If you believe your coin could be valuable, consider sending it to a professional grading service to get a proper evaluation. It's important to note that not every 1974 Washington quarter dollar is going to fetch such a high price. The value of a coin largely depends on its condition, rarity, and market demand. However, when you have a coin in exceptional condition and you're able to prove its authenticity, you could be sitting on a small fortune. In conclusion, the 1974 Washington quarter dollar is not just a piece of change. With its historical significance, timeless design, and potential for high value, it's a coin that collectors actively seek out. If you happen to find a 1974 quarter in excellent condition, it could be worth as much as $70,000. So, the next time you're going through your old coins, keep an eye out for this classic. Who knows, you could have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. Top 3. If you're a fan of numismatics, you probably already know that some coins hold far more value than their face value. One such coin is the Washington quarter dollar from 1990. While most people would dismiss it as just another coin, you might be surprised at how valuable it can be, especially in the right condition. Today, we're going to take a closer look at this particular quarter, its history, and what makes it so special in the world of coin collecting. If you're lucky enough to own one, you might just have a small treasure on your hands. The Washington quarter dollar was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, the design has remained largely unchanged, featuring a portrait of Washington on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. The 1990 edition, though a part of the standard circulation series, has an interesting place in the history of U.S. coinage. As a part of the ongoing effort to create unique, state-specific coin designs, the 1990 quarter was produced during a period of economic change in the United States. This was the year when the U.S. Mint was transitioning its design elements and preparing for the later statehood quarter series, which would become a major part of coin collecting in the years to come. Now, you might be thinking, what makes a 1990 Washington quarter dollar so special? Well, the truth is that most coins of this year are fairly common. However, just like with any coin, the key to determining its value lies in its condition, rarity, and any unique characteristics it may have. The 1990 quarter is often found in circulation and is not rare by default. However, there are certain factors that could make one stand out, such as its mint condition or any minting errors. Coins that have survived in near mint or mint condition are often more valuable to collectors. A coin that has been well preserved, free from scratches, scuffs, and tarnish, is far more desirable. This is especially true for coins like the 1990 quarter, which were produced in large quantities. In fact, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion of these quarters, meaning that they were in wide circulation. So, finding one in perfect condition is quite a rarity. In addition to its condition, the value of the 1990 Washington quarter can also be influenced by the specific mint mark on the coin. The U.S. Mint produced these quarters in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D; and San Francisco, S. While the Philadelphia quarters were the most commonly minted, the San Francisco minted coins, particularly those that were part of the proof set, can carry more value due to their higher quality and lower production numbers. This is an important consideration for collectors, as a San Francisco mint mark on a 1990 quarter could indicate a more valuable piece. Another factor that can affect the value of a 1990 quarter is its market demand. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for coins that stand out, whether it's due to the rarity of the year, the condition of the coin, or its minting history. As more collectors turn to rare coins as an investment, the value of coins like the 1990 Washington quarter dollar continues to rise. Though it may not have the same level of recognition as some of the other rare quarters, its value is still growing steadily, thanks to its popularity among coin enthusiasts. While it's true that most 1990 Washington quarter dollars will not be worth thousands of dollars, there are some coins that have been sold at auction for impressive amounts. A 1990 quarter in near-perfect or uncirculated condition can command prices far above the typical face value. It's not uncommon for collectors to pay thousands of dollars for a well-preserved quarter, especially if it comes from a rare mint or has been graded highly by professionals. However, it's important to remember that the value of any coin is ultimately determined by the market, the coin's condition, and its rarity. If you're lucky enough to own a pristine 1990 Washington quarter dollar, you may find that it holds far more value than you anticipated. As of now, a perfectly preserved 1990 Washington quarter dollar has been known to sell for as much as $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a coin that was originally worth just 25 cents. This just goes to show how the world of coin collecting can turn even the most ordinary pieces of currency into priceless treasures when the right factors align. To determine whether your 1990 Washington quarter dollar is worth more than just its face value, you should examine its condition closely. Coins with minimal wear and no visible defects are often the ones that fetch the highest prices. Having your coin graded by a professional numismatic service, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can give you an official assessment of its quality and value. Once you've had your coin graded, you'll be in a much better position to sell it or hold on to it as part of your collection. In conclusion, while the 1990 Washington quarter dollar might seem like just another coin, its value is far from ordinary. In excellent condition, it can be worth a substantial amount, sometimes even as much as $50,000. Whether you're an experienced coin collector or someone who stumbled upon a hidden gem, it's always worth checking the coins in your collection to see if you've got a rare treasure. Remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and you never know when a small, seemingly insignificant coin might turn into a priceless asset. Top 4. When we talk about coin collecting, some pieces are more than just a way to pay for a coffee or a bus ride. Certain coins, especially older ones, can skyrocket in value, especially when they possess unique features that make them rare or especially well preserved. One such example is the 1995 Washington quarter dollar. While most people may think of it as just another coin in circulation, its value in the world of numismatics is much more significant. Today, let's dive into why this coin is so special, how to determine its worth, and why it could be worth more than you think. The Washington quarter dollar has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1932. It was first introduced as part of a tribute to the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Since its introduction, the coin has undergone several design changes, but the most significant shifts came with the addition of the 50-state quarters program in the late 1990s. This initiative began in 1999, and every state received its own quarter design to commemorate that state's history. However, the 1995 Washington quarter stands on its own as part of the broader collection and is valued differently due to several factors. Unlike the state-specific designs that came later, the 1995 Washington quarter has the same traditional design that people associate with Washington's legacy on U.S. currency. However, it is the condition, rarity, and, importantly, the mint mark that make it valuable. With millions of these coins minted, most of them were produced with the standard circulation design. But much like other U.S. coins, certain varieties and grades can set the 1995 Washington quarter apart from the rest. So, what makes the 1995 Washington quarter dollar valuable? Well, just like with any other coin, its value increases based on its rarity and condition. Most 1995 quarters were heavily circulated and show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and scuff marks. However, coins that were not circulated as widely and have been kept in pristine condition have the potential to command significant sums on the market point. One of the key factors in determining the worth of a coin like the 1995 Washington quarter is the grading system. Coins are typically graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect, uncirculated, and flawless. A coin in this perfect condition is considered a gem and can easily fetch a higher price. If you own a 1995 Washington quarter that is graded in mint state, MS, or even better, such as MS 67, you might find that it is worth far more than the standard quarter you might have in your pocket. Another element that affects the value of the coin is its mint mark. The U.S. Mint produces coins at several different locations, and the mint mark indicates where the coin was struck. The most common mint marks for the 1995 Washington quarter are the ones from Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Typically, quarters minted at the San Francisco Mint, especially those that were part of proof sets, can fetch more on the market. The 1995 quarters from San Francisco were intended to be of higher quality and were often packaged as part of special proof sets that attracted collectors. Moreover, the market for rare coins is always fluctuating, and the 1995 Washington quarter has been known to see an increase in its value as the years go on. Some collectors and investors view coins from this era as a safe bet, as they have consistently increased in price. With a limited supply of pristine examples, the demand for these coins can drive up the price, especially when a quarter in perfect condition comes up for sale at auctions or through private sales. Let's talk specifics. Although many of the 1995 Washington quarter dollars are worth only their face value or just a bit more depending on their condition, there have been reports of coins in excellent condition fetching impressive prices. A highly graded 1995 Washington quarter, especially one that has been kept in an uncirculated state, can sell for as much as $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000 for a coin that started its life as just a 25-cent piece. The trick, however, is ensuring that your coin meets the criteria for such a high valuation. A 1995 Washington quarter that is still in mint condition, with little to no wear, bright, clean surfaces, and sharp details, is your best bet. If you think you have a coin that might be worth more than a few dollars, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded by a well-known service like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. They will provide a grade for your coin and give you a much more accurate idea of its value in today's market. If you're lucky enough to own one of these quarters, or if you come across one in your coin hunting adventures, you may want to take extra care in preserving it. Avoid exposing it to harsh elements like moisture, dirt, or direct sunlight, as these can affect the coin's condition and potentially reduce its value. The best way to keep a coin like the 1995 Washington quarter in prime condition is to store it in a protective holder or case designed for numismatic items. In conclusion, the 1995 Washington quarter dollar is far more than just pocket change. While many of them are worth only their face value, certain examples in mint condition, especially those with specific mint marks or part of proof sets, can fetch incredible prices on the collector market. If you happen to have one of these high-quality coins, you could be sitting on a small fortune. As a coin with historical significance, a long legacy, and a growing number of collectors looking for rare finds, it's no wonder that this coin is worth so much today. With some examples reaching a value as high as $40,000, it just goes to show that in the world of numismatics, even a small, unassuming coin can turn into a valuable treasure. Top 5. We're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting, specifically focusing on a coin that may just be hiding in your change jar or family collection. We're talking about the Washington quarter dollar from 1996, a coin that many might overlook, but which holds significant value in the right condition. While quarters are often seen as just everyday currency, some can hold surprising worth, and the 1996 Washington quarter dollar is one of them. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the history of this coin. The Washington quarter dollar was first introduced in 1932 in honor of George Washington's 200th birthday. Since its introduction, the design has remained largely unchanged, featuring a portrait of Washington on the obverse side and an eagle on the reverse. This consistent design has made the Washington quarter a beloved symbol of American currency, and over the years, the coin has become a staple in the pockets of millions of Americans. However, the 1996 Washington quarter stands out due to the unique factors that influence its value. As with most coins, the value of a 1996 Washington quarter can vary widely depending on several key factors, such as its mint mark, condition, and rarity. While most of the 1996 quarters were produced for regular circulation, some were released with special mint marks or in limited edition sets, which can make them more desirable to collectors. Let's talk about the mint marks first. In 1996, the U.S. Mint produced quarters in several locations, and each location stamped a distinct mint mark on the coin to indicate where it was produced. The most common mint marks for the 1996 Washington quarter are from Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. While the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced millions of these quarters, the San Francisco Mint produced quarters primarily for proof sets, which are special collector's items. Proof coins are struck with greater care, and their polished finish often makes them much more valuable than their circulation counterparts. If you happen to find a 1996 Washington quarter from the San Francisco Mint, especially one that's part of a proof set, you could be holding on to a treasure. Condition is another crucial factor in determining the value of your 1996 quarter. Coins that are in pristine condition, meaning they have not been circulated or damaged, are worth significantly more than those that have been in circulation for years. This is where coin grading comes into play. The condition of a coin is graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with a higher grade indicating better preservation. A coin in mint state, often referred to as a mess, means it is essentially flawless, with no signs of wear or damage. A 1996 Washington quarter in mint state could easily fetch a higher price than one that has been worn down or damaged over the years. But it's not just the mint marks and condition that can drive the value of the 1996 Washington quarter. Rarity also plays a huge role. Although millions of these coins were produced, certain variations are much rarer than others, making them more valuable to collectors. For example, there are certain varieties of the 1996 Washington quarter that were made in limited quantities or had subtle errors in their design, such as misprints or incorrect die markings. These types of errors can make a coin incredibly rare and highly sought after. The more unique and rare your coin is, the higher its value. Now, you may be wondering just how much a 1996 Washington quarter could be worth. While most 1996 quarters in regular circulation are worth only a few dollars or even their face value, there are rare exceptions. Coins in perfect condition, particularly those from the San Francisco Mint or those with special errors, can sell for impressive amounts. For example, some rare 1996 Washington quarters have sold for upwards of $36,000, depending on their condition, rarity, and the market at the time that's right. A coin that started off as a simple 25-cent piece could potentially be worth $36,000 if it's the right type and in the right condition. For collectors, this is a prime example of how rare coins can go far beyond their initial face value. Whether you're an experienced numismatist or someone just starting out in the world of coin collecting, finding a valuable coin like the 1996 Washington quarter could change your perspective on the hobby. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these quarters, it's important to keep it in good condition. Avoid handling the coin too much, and consider placing it in a protective holder to preserve its value. The better the condition, the more likely it is to fetch a significant price on the market. In conclusion, while the 1996 Washington quarter may seem like just another coin in your pocket, it holds potential value that you might not expect. With its rich history, unique design, and the possibility of rare variations, this quarter stands as an example of how coins can appreciate in value over time. If you happen to have one in your collection, or if you stumble upon one in your change, it might just be worth more than you think. In fact, depending on its condition and rarity, a 1996 Washington quarter could fetch as much as $36,000. That's right, $36,000. So, keep an eye out for this coin, and who knows, you might have a hidden gem in your hands.